I'm Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33, and I'm posting these epic revelation conversations with Jonathan Johnson, Arc Source One Jonathan Johnson, on a regular basis. And some people love him, some people hate him, and some people find them a bit too long. But I'm going to still keep doing them because the content I find fascinating. Jonathan, whether I agree with everything he says, he's a man of conviction. He's a man who believes what he says, and I respect that. And in a future conversation we're going to talk about love and his plan, essentially, for humanity, which all revolves around love. I know this is a little bit of a spoiler. And one of the issues we talk about is the chaos and the distraction in the world. And that energy which distracts us from the spirit of love pulls us out of that and takes us into these lower frequencies of fear, of guilt, anger, shame. And when we're looking at love, love starts with us. We have to love ourselves and know what it means to love ourselves before we can love anyone else. And we have to know ourselves. We have to know ourselves well enough and to be able to love ourselves, to be able to care for ourselves. And another way of saying this is learning how to show up for yourself, learning how to be there for yourself, knowing how to give yourself a hug and when you are sad, to comfort yourself in a loving way. Again, this does not mean feeding into addictions such as alcohol or food or sex or whatever, in a way that, pornography, I should say, a way that is masking the suffering. This is about showing up and saying, I've got you. It's about saying, I'm with you when you feel alone. I'm here for you when you feel alone. And knowing that you are there for you, even when someone out there abandons you. It's about knowing what you're going to say yes to, knowing what is in your best interest and highest good, what you're going to invite into your space, who you're going to invite into your space, whose company and energy you're going to share. And it's about knowing who and what to say no to, what is not in your best interest, what is violating your sovereignty, what wants to take from you and is not going to give back, who's there just to use and abuse you. And it's about knowing when these forces come into our lives and saying no, drawing that boundary. This is how we show up for ourselves. And these are the two sides of love, the sides of what we say yes to, what we give, and also the sides of what we say no to, creating that loving, strong boundary. Because when we can show up for ourselves, when we can love ourselves, then we can show up in our highest potential for other people in our lives who need us, who need our gifts. We show up for the world in our highest and best possible way. And we contribute what we're called to contribute at this very interesting time. But we got to show up for ourselves first. It all starts with us. And this is a message for me right now. It's a message for you. And I'm going to end this transmission. I'm Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. Be Be strong, be well, and may you know what it feels like to love for yourself and to show up in that energy today and always.